Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
This month on Boom Beach, guys, the Chickens here, back to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got some interesting news coming out, so let's just dive right into it. So, this month on Boom Beach came out yesterday. So, what's interesting is, if we look here, we actually have 2 crabs for the price of 1 month, which is interesting. And we have our little sneak peek of Warships of Season 41. So, first off, got the Proto Crab. I did get that wrong yesterday. In yesterday's sneak peek, there are going to be proto units available, and there's going to be Melon Bombardiers, so whoops. But more importantly, Warships Season 41. Now let's take a look right here. What do we have? Look at that, guys. Right front and center. Ride a wave of damage. We have the Critter Launcher right there. Now, we do a little bit of a deep dive on this. Let's look around a bit here. So, what do we have? We've got maxed out sniper towers, maxed out mortars, a seemingly large deck, hard to really tell. But we can look at the engines, and we already see 2 of them. It looks like those are 6 ERs. Level 6 engine rooms, I would say, at minimum, possibly 7. So, you know, does that tell us anything? Not really. But it's at least showing us that the Critter Launchers could be potentially later in the tech tree, not necessarily guaranteed to be at the start of the tree. So, there's that. And we're going to have Critter Launchers in Warships. Now, the only thing I don't see is I don't see any Laser Rangers. And I feel like they would have put those on there if they were going to be in the season. So, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see Laser Rangers or not. But we got sneak peeks coming out real soon, so make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. This season is going to be very fun. I'm super looking forward to it. We have a new defense to figure out, and I mean, that's what we always want in Warships, right? That's what we say kind of ad nauseum almost on the channel. Just give us something new to figure out, and it's going to be exciting because it's going to change the meta. The Critter Launchers are very strong, so I think it's going to be a very interesting troop to have to deal with. That was actually a pretty cool animation. We got the Winter Mechs. I don't know if I've seen that one before, so that was kind of cool. But, yeah, the rest of this is just the other stuff that always comes. So we'll go ahead and shut that down. 1 second, and we'll go back to the game that we know and love. And that is called Booming the Beaches. And also, in bigger news, we have the winter base today. We got some snow, we got everything. We got the Christmas base is in full effect. So guys, make sure, if you haven't yet, you've got your Beachmas tree loaded right up front and center. I'm going to keep my statues right there for the time being. But yeah, let's mix in some laser rifles, Rangers. And let's go like that and like that. And we got a statue here to crush. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? Do you think the Critter Launchers are going to be a good add to Warships? Or do you think it's going to be something that's potentially bad? Admittedly, I have not gone against a lot of them myself. Let's see if we can find some here on the map to play against. This guy is... Yes, we got some. Okay. Sturdy Pine. Okay, so we got some here. Now, let's go in against this guy like we would be with, you know, a warship style of attack. So, the thing is, he's kind of front-loaded, so it's going to be tricky. I don't want to do Melon Bombardiers because that's going to be too easy. So, I think first off, let's try... let's just take a look and see if we can kind of see how they're going to affect Heavy Rush. In case they are early, you know, assuming that we get heavies at the start of the tree like we always do, and assuming that we also get Critter Launch at the end of the tree. So we'll do like a couple, this is what we'll do. We'll do like a couple warship, like typical metas, like heavies, maybe, I don't know, no troop, or maybe brick. We haven't used brick in a while. Heavies with Iron Will, something like that. And just see how they respond to the Critter Launchers. I'll try to take out some stuff around them so we can actually see what's happening. Yeah, so let's go 1, 2, and 1, 2 over here. I think it'll be 3. Yeah, 3, and then because I want to get a good idea of how the Critter Launchers are actually going to mess up Heavy Rush. So let's do this. Let's do this, and then next we will we'll go in with, okay, let's go Now let's take a look here. How do these guys actually affect the heavy rush? Do the heavies have to stop and shoot them? Or they just slowly eat them? I don't think they're going to be that big of a deal. These are also very low-level critter launchers. So for heavy rush, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I think where they're going to really come into play more so is on bombardier attacks, which we'll try out next. Because their thing isn't really that they do a lot of damage, right? It's more that they get into your troops and, you know, they eat the ones that aren't necessarily up in the front. So I think that's where we'll see them more often. But you see here, they are causing havoc. Like, look at this now. Look at this now. Let's try to shock everything that's not critter. And see. Like, they're definitely disrupting the heavies, like, quite a lot. So, and that's a pretty low level, too. So, it's going to be interesting, man. I think this season is going to be the season of the critter launchers. Like, we're going to have to figure out ways around these things. And the thing is, they don't seem to die. I think they just kind of stack. And then when there's enough of them, it basically brings the heavies to a dead stop because they're at that point where, you know, at the beginning of the attack, I think it's okay to take a couple on because they're turning, you know, there's, 40 of them turning and shooting on the critter versus later on in the attack when there's 12, 11, and they really start to slow down. So, okay, let's try next up with, we'll do that again, but with bombardiers, the regular bombardiers. These guys. So we'll load up some doodlers. And we'll try that again. But I want to see... actually, let's boost up our gunboat energy. Do I have a gunboat energy masterpiece? Of course I do. What a silly question. Alright, let's do this. And we'll go in again. And we'll see how... See how we can take some of the stuff down. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, I could take the mortar too. 1, 2. Enough for the rocket. Almost. Yes. And what else do we need to deal with? Let's go like this. And we still got 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. Alright, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to do it kind of a realistic style, so we'll flare that mortar. Let's go with an iron will to try to keep some of these guys alive. Then we'll just shock everything that's not the critter launcher. Okay, we might as well look at a replay on this, but yeah, look at that. It totally distracts all the bombardiers. Oh my god. Look how long it slows them down for. Oh my god. It literally stops them. Like, stops them dead. That is crazy. Now, why is that so important? Why am I freaking out? Number one, Warships is, it's a race. So, if you can slow someone down for 6 seconds, that's huge. So, what can we do to get around this? Okay? Now, I think the first thing is kind of obvious. I mean, if we can target the critter launchers early enough. But I think it's going to be a great defense to rush to and to max out. Because a lot of people that play Warships, they probably don't watch these videos. And I don't know. A lot of people are probably going to be unsuspecting to this, especially at lower levels. So I think it might be a great sneak attack strategy. Just max out those critter launchers. Because, man, I think we did more damage just with all the heavies. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Now, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. They're not as good as they're much better than I thought they would be. Now, they don't have a lot of health. So if we have barrage or artillery, yes, that's going to be an easy way around them. But all of this is just another defense to deal with, right? We already have enough defenses to deal with. So it's not like they're going to be a pain. They're going to be a nuisance for sure. Just the fact that they draw in all the shots, the bombers, that's going to be huge. And especially for placements, like I think if we can place them kind of alone, that's when we're really going to get a lot of value out of them. Because then, if they have pretty good range. So if they're out of the way and there's something that you have to deal with, that's just going to, cause everyone to use GBE on them, maybe to flare that way. So it's going to be really interesting. And I think there's actually some bugs with the critter launchers on Android right now. So hopefully that gets sorted if they actually are going into the season. Supercell, test it. Make sure there's no bugs, please, for the love of God. But yeah, that's it. That's all. quick little chat on the creator launchers coming to Warships. So pretty interesting stuff. And I mean, it's I think it's guaranteed based on it being in the video. You never know. Maybe it's not. Usually this month on Boom is 100% accurate. I don't know if they've ever shown anything in there that's not been correct. So yeah, but just to take that for what it's worth. So guys, if you enjoy the videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Throw in that code chicken in the shop. You're going to pick up instant training for the season. And we'll catch you next one. Chicken out. Back.